for those who are currently landlords and what they should be thinking about when your tenant is moving out?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go over the first thing. In my experience in talking to owners, that are self-managing. One of the biggest things that I see is, and let's just go through a hypothetical, right? Let's just say the move-out day is here at the end of April, and they schedule a time to get the keys from the tenant, and they schedule a time to get the keys from the tenant, and the first time that they're literally seeing the property is the day that they move out. And the question is, hey, look, you're going to have a vacancy, right? From the day that someone moves out, you're going to go through the turn process to get it on the market as quickly as possible, and then you're going to start the leasing process from there. But if you're seeing the property for the first time the day that the tenant moves out, you're already behind the eight ball. So let's talk about the turn process in the simplest form. And let's go back to the apartment community that I used to work at, right? Because these were apartments, not single-family residences, you have the minimum number of items. So it was painting, number one, flooring, number two, a maintenance checklist, number three, and the last item would be the cleaning, right? The deep cleaning and spiff cleaning, depending, but just the category of cleaning altogether. So if you think about it, the painter would come in, they would go have to replace carpet and or shampoo carpet. The technician would have to go through a maintenance checklist, and that's from like, hey, testing out the kitchen sink, the dishwasher, making sure the refrigerator is still working, making sure that all light bulbs are replaced, and it just goes on and so on and so forth, as well as the cleaning. But each of those items take time. What happened was the technician for the community would go in and do a pre-move out inspection 2 weeks before. Well, guess what? This is the same person that knows what they're going to have to work on. So they already know, hey, does the paint look like it needs touch up or not? Does the carpet look like it needs to be replaced or not? Does it look like there's going to be a lot of maintenance where it's going to take us, say, 2 days versus 1 day to go ahead and turn the unit or not? And all of these little things, because you have to get these coordinated, do take time. So if you have the goal to have your turns take anywhere between, say, 5 to 7 business days, right? Because most of the time tradespeople work during the business week. You can find some that work during the weekend. Then that's money in your pocket. If you're only seeing the unit the day after the tenant moves out, you're already behind the eight ball. Now you have to start getting estimates and so forth. So the first thing that I would suggest is do a pre-move out inspection. Now the question is, Jeff, if I'm going to be doing a pre-move out inspection, is the tenant going to be there? Am I going to go ahead and have to answer or dispute all these possible move out items? And the answer is yes. But at the end of the day, to have more peace of mind, you want to basically put what we call a move-out packet, which it's a packet from you to the tenant, basically saying, hey, we have every intention to refund your full security deposit. Please help us do so. In order to do so, here's the items that you need to do so that we can,
you're prepping them a little bit. You're giving some information that they can read and digest, and they can prepare, instead of everyone has a different experience. Everyone has different things in mind, thinking, oh, wow, okay, they're going to come and ream us for this, that, and the other, and they're going to take away our deposit. But that's not the case. Like you're saying, you're framing the conversation.
Correct. And look, the bottom line is I've never met one resident that moved out and said, hey, please take my deposit. Everybody wants their security deposit back, right? And as they should. A security deposit on the residential side is equal to 1 month's rent. So even on the smallest condo at $2,000, that's still $2,000. At a single family residence, you're looking at $3,000. And if you got a nice property, it could be more than that. So it's a sizable amount. I get it from a resident's perspective, wanting to get that money. So if you're an owner, help them and help yourself. Because if you are refunding their full security deposit, what you're saying in essence is, hey, the property is good to go. Makes it easy on you, right? So let them be a part of that process to make sure that everything is taken care of. And at the same time, if it's not, you're already letting them know in advance that, hey, these are the items that need to be addressed. So for example, on that,
they can address it. They can try to fix it, or they
right.
just prepared that, okay,
Yeah.
my security deposit is going to be dinged. I got to work a little more overtime this week or something.
Exactly.